What's up, good people? Welcome into Montgomery Company. It's just me, myself, and I is all I got in the end. That's what I found out. That's really not my situation. I feel like I've never had just me, myself, and I. I've always had my family, and now y'all know I got Serena and more family and everything. But this has nothing to do with what I'm saying right now. Welcome into Montgomery Co. You guys are going to have a lot of me. I'm telling you right now. It's MoCo on the go week. I'm going to explain to you what all that means. But just know when we say MoCo on the go, that means that I'm not home. I'm on the move. I can't do what I normally do, but I'm still trying to talk to you. MoCo on the go. I'm rhyming. I'm flowing. We about to have some fun, man. MoCo's turning up. Let's go. Let's start with training camp because it's only 2 weeks in the WNBA. So imagine that a college player comes from wherever university that they went to. They get drafted. A week later, they're starting training camp. 2 weeks later, they're playing in their first WNBA game. That's a real reality for every WNBA player that comes from college. So a lot of them, it's been a large conversation online. We talked to Devereaux Peters about it last week about that transition. Is not just the timeline. You would think that timeline moves fast and that's the problem. That's actually not even been the problem for the players. They felt like the transition period was harder when it came to the physicality, learning the systems. Confidence is a thing. You know, like if you're nervous going to your first day of work, nobody else knows if you bombed it or you did terrible or how it went because you just go home and you continue on with your regular life. But if an athlete has a bad first day on the job, a preseason game, look at what happens on the internet. You know, like, oh, this person only had this. They may not be able to play at the next level. Or it could be the reverse where this person killed it. They're going to be a dog at the next level. That's kind of the world that these rookie athletes are living in. So I love to hear them and talk to them. I talked to Haley Jones. I talked to Leah Brown. I talked to Lorella. I talked to all of the rookies, Letitia. Like, I talked to all of them because I wanted to know, like, you know, how's your transition been? And it's exactly what I thought. You know, they're adjusting. Haley Jones talked about how we have interviews with all of these players. By the way, the reason I'm at Media Day is because we have interviews coming with all of the players, head coach Tanisha Wright. Like, we're going to be bringing you guys not just your normal cookie cutter interviews, but I sit down and talk to the players one-on-one, like real talk, like talk to me point guard to point guard. Like, I know this sucks, so tell me about how this sucks. And so I just get to it because I want people to understand the world that athletes live in, the balancing act that athletes have to do. Honestly, I didn't even really realize the balance act that I wasn't doing until I started having a family. Like, I have a wife now, I have a son, and so it's like, dang, yeah, I do need to do this. And you start to really realize that the world doesn't revolve around you, even though it does when you're an athlete. And you could have been an athlete your whole life and retire. And look, LeBron isn't even retired yet. So for 40 plus years of his life, he has done things a certain way. He's played the NBA on Christmas Day games for 20 straight years. So that means that Bronny and his kids, like, they've always only known Christmas Day to be NBA games. That's how different athletes' lives are. Like, you think of Christmas Day, and you might think of 100 different things. Santa Claus may pop in your mind. No, ma'am. For us and athletes, and that's on the men's side, but Christmas Day means NBA on Christmas Day. And by the way, since I brought it up, there's something that I'm probably going to have to talk about later. I'll talk about this later, but Monica McNutt put out a tweet that said she feels like it was a breach of fan contract that the NFL starts to have games on Christmas Day. You know, we're going to have to talk about that one day because I thought it was the NBA on Christmas Day, but now it's the NFL on Christmas Day and the NBA on Christmas Day. Games throughout. That's just a side note, but look, I'm going back to what I'm talking about. We're here at training camp and media day. So I talked to the players about training camp, and even the players that you might not realize. I have a conversation with Nia Coffey. Again, all of these conversations are going to be coming out. So tap in, subscribe, turn on your alerts. If you are a Dream fan, a WNBA fan, or just a fan of learning about athletes and the way they think and how we function on the court, but also off the court, stay tuned because we have a lot of great conversations happening. I just had these conversations, but talking to players, you could be year 1, you could be year 3, you could be year 5, year 7. We have a 7-year vet now. She's so excited because she figured it out. And you might be like, year 7 figuring it out. Some players never figure it out. So I just want to make sure I set the tone. Like, there are players that never figure it out. And when I say figure it out, there are players that never figure out how to be a pro. You can't just rock up and go and be off of athletic ability or even want to and try hard. Trying hard is not enough to be a pro. Wanting to is not enough to be a pro. You have to do everything all the time. How you do anything is how you do everything is one of Coach T's sayings that she says a lot, and it's true. It's what you learn in the athletic world, and it's what you really have to do. So I'm having a good time, man. I'm excited that I got to talk to the players, you know, get into their minds, see how they're thinking. I've been at training camp every day, y'all. I'm on the team. Like, they should have told me welcome to the team every year. I made the team because I go to training camp every day like I'm on the team. You know, I might have missed a cup or two here or there because I had to travel, but I'm on the team. So when it's game time, I know, like, hey, didn't that play get ran wrong? I thought we said in training camp, look, because I'm on the team. I thought Coach T said in training camp that you was supposed to go here, but I'm going to just cheer. I'm going to just watch it because that's all I am in the WNBA season with the Atlanta Dream. I'm just a fan. So join in with us. This is one of our MoCo on the go episodes. We're going to be doing a lot more of those. So when I'm on the go and I can't film our normal show sitting in, you know, y'all know the normal studio that y'all see me sitting in, my home studio and the backdrop and everything. When we can't do those type of shows, I'm going to be right here locked in with you, MoCo on the go. I'm excited, y'all. We're going to see where y'all travel with me all over the world. We might be LA, Phoenix. We might take it international, but MoCo is on the go. Okay, so we're back, and I know earlier I was talking about the NFL now playing games on Christmas Day, which is still crazy. I mean, as a fan of the NFL and the NBA, I'm a winner. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I'm a winner. We're a winner as fans, but I know the NBA gotta be like, what? Because think about the numbers that NFL does. I mean, it's just like the NFL is on a completely different platform. I tell you guys this all the time, but the NFL, the numbers they do in sponsors, the number that they do with their TV deals, the numbers for all of it, viewership, it's on a completely different level than any other professional league. And speaking of the NFL, listen, I'm telling you right now, sports ownership is the highest sought after opportunity, no matter the profession. You guys are going to hear me talk about this a lot, but the newest acquisition that happened is the Washington Commanders. The deal hasn't necessarily gone through yet while I'm filming this, because, you know, sometimes we film before the announcement. So watch them announce it literally right after I film this. So if it's already went through, just don't even ignore the part that it hasn't gone through yet. But my journalistic integrity is making me say the deal hasn't gone through yet. However, Magic Johnson, MJ, said, he tweeted out, "I could not be more excited to be a partner in the proposed new ownership group for the Washington Commanders. Josh Harris has assembled an amazing group who share a commitment to not only doing great things on the field, but to making a real impact in the DMV community. I'm so excited to get to work on executing our vision for the Commanders and our loyal fan base." So it's crazy because I recently was able at the Milken Institute to have a conversation on a panel alongside Jason Wright, who is the president of the Washington Commanders. So I feel like the Washington Commanders has been in my stratosphere lately. I love it. Like, I love that Magic Johnson is crossing over into the NFL. I love that they have a president that is cooking right now. And when I say cooking, on our panel, they asked him the question. Emmanuel Acho, by the way, asked him a question. What ways do you continue to be on the mission? Do you continue to give back? Everybody put a black square up in 2020, but what ways is the Washington Commanders as an organization still focused in on the goal at hand? And I thought, man, that's a great question. You know, like, I know what we do over here in the Dream. We're tied into the community. You know, we like to empower representation that matters. And I loved what he said, because he said with the Commanders, they pay attention to their vendors, who they invest in. A group that was doing a certain amount can be doing 5 times that amount once they now make them a vendor of the Commanders. He's like, they're making millionaires. Amazing. Like, what a corporate give back that you're making minority millionaires. Because that's the thing. It's like, if you employ somebody, employ a vendor, that's what we do here with the Dream. We're very particular about making sure that we keep the playing field level. Like, whoever the best person is for the job is the best person for the job. And we want to make sure that everybody has the same opportunity to get that job. So it's exciting, man. The Washington Commanders is now one of, you know, we know that the Phoenix Suns, the Phoenix Mercury had a recent acquisition. and things are going on over there. A lot of things are changing in sports right now. There's a lot of movement. I mean, honestly, I'm still fresh. You see what I'm saying? I'm still fresh in the seat. In this ownership seat, I'm still fresh in it. We're still fresh in it as a group. It's our 3rd year. But you can just see that right now is a very interesting time. Pay attention to what's going on in sports. Everything's changing from where it's athlete empowerment. We have athletes that have their own platforms, not even just a podcast. We're not just talking about a podcast. We're talking about platforms. Athletes have their own networks, platforms, building things. We see ownership changing, new mindsets, people that aren't necessarily used to what's the traditional things that happen in sports. Sports are changing right now, and we're right here in the thick of it. Even though this is MoCo on the go, this is MoCo what you should know, because we're telling you things that are really like, what I see, I'm just going to start telling to you guys, because we are really in the thick of it, and it's changing. A-Rod just got into the sports ownership with the Minnesota Lynx and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm linking up with A-Rod again at the Milken Institute, having a conversation with him about elevating financial fluency. I mean, like, there's a lot of things happening right now, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. So we're going to keep doing these from time to time. MoCo on the go right now. I'm talking to you, pulling up right here from Media Day with the Atlanta Dream, and I'm going to keep pulling up on you guys. So tap in, like, subscribe. I don't even say these things. I don't even usually say like, subscribe, all these, leave a review, but I'm saying this right now because as we turn up and elevate, I want to see it shown. Show us some love. MoCo on the go. We'll see y'all next week.